Welcome back to Hi Guys, BDR here, and I'm back with another class overview. Now, before we get started, we are going to be doing an overview on HighSeasCommander. Now, before that, when I logged in, I received a bit of surprise. Well, I received gifting coin, so thank you to whoever, sent over 250. Now I have 8k ACs. Maybe if the Nullgap chest is, good this year, I might actually buy it. But yeah, I received ACs. Yay, I'm so lucky. Probably the highest I've ever received. But yeah, enough about that. So the class we have available today is HighSeasCommander. Now this is the one of the 3 loyalty classes in AQ Worlds. There's one for membership, one for ACs, and one for, how many years played. Now this is the class that you get for getting, 10 years played. So yeah, let's get started with how to obtain HighSeasCommander. Alright, so the only way to obtain HighSeasCommander is by /joining HighSeas map. You can only obtain this map if you got, the 10 years played badge, obviously. So you're going to want to talk to, this chick right here. I'm going to go on the, the collecting treasure quest, to get your enchanted token. And then, this is only for members only. Get 10 of them. Once you have that, you can go to the next step quest. You need about 50 enchanted tokens to get the HighSeasCommander class. So yeah, you only have these 2 last quests, one for non-members and one for exclusively for members. So yeah. Now we got that out of the way, let's talk about the skills. Basic auto attack. Our rank 1 skill, Combo Rune, 7 mana, 3-second cooldown, magical, short range, 1 target. Now it applies Dodge Rune for 4 seconds and 1 stack of Combo Rune on yourself. Each stack increases your chance to crit by 7% up to 5 stacks for 10 seconds. Also implies Empowered Rune, increasing crit damage by 15% up to 5 stacks for 10 seconds. Our rank 2 skill, Magical Enhancement, 15 mana, 5-second cooldown, short range, stat skill that applies to yourself, enchanting you with a different effect for each rune that you have. Haste Rune, 30% haste, Dodge Rune, 30% dodge, Healing Rune, HOT, each effect lasts 12 seconds. Now we have Rune Cannon, applies Cannon Fodder, which increases all damage taken by the target by 30% for 6 seconds, and if Combo Rune is active, applies Cannon Burn, dealing 400% damage over 6 seconds. Also applies Healing Rune for 4 seconds. Your rank 4 passives, Enchanted Gear, 15% to dodge, and Rune Amulet, 15% to crit. Your rank 5 skill, Supernova, 15 mana, 15-second cooldown, magical, long range, 1 target. Alright, it deals massive damage that always crits and never misses. Applies Runebound Destruction, increasing your opponent's haste by 25% while reducing their damage by 40%. Also applies Haste Rune for 4 seconds. And your rank 10 passive, Sigil of the Captain, increases damage and dodge by 10%. So what we can gather here so far is that this class is kind of like, is a dodge class. That's what we can gather right now that could also debuff the enemy. Now we got that out of the way, let's move on to combos and enhancement. Alright, so here's the build that we're going to rock with HighSeasCommander. Now for the weapon choice, we are going to run Valiant Wizard because this class is a caster class. I don't know why it says Luck. Recommended Vainglory for, damage. And, because, healing's not really going to matter as much because class is mostly a dodge class. And Examine Ether for, wisdom. So yeah, now we got that out of the way. Alright then, let's get started with the combo. For your combo, what you're going to do here is 3, 2, 4, and then 5. And then use your skills as they cool down. Now, the thing about HighSeasCommander is that it wants to be a dodge class, but at the same time it has a heal over time, which is kind of weird in my opinion. It's doing, decent, damage so far. And it's doing decent damage, Runebound Destruction. It's just It's just in terms of soloing, it could do decent damage. Not gonna lie. But I feel like it could do more. More damage, definitely. Seems like our damage is probably gonna cap at 15k. Yep, I think that's gonna be the case here. Summon health. But yeah, it's a good option though. Good soloing option if you're a mid-game player. Okay. Dodge. At least the dodge is actually kicking in. And we're basically getting, fast cooldowns on our stuff. DLTs are looking nice. Well, 750 DLTs. DLTs are looking quite nice. So yeah, here's, within a minute 52, we were able to do nearly, 670k damage, heal about 13k. So overall, in terms of soloing, it's a okay option to have for soloing. All right then, let's move on to farming. All right, guys. Yeah, don't use this class for farming. It's a single targeting class. Don't use this class for farming. I don't know why anyone, but it's a single targeting class. Yeah. All right then. Let's move on to survivability. All right, guys. So, in terms of survivability, this class actually has, good dodge, but, in some cases, that dodge will not be good enough to survive some unavoidable bosses, such as, the Hydra heads, Lich Lord, Primarch, etc. Those are, the main one-shot, two-shot bosses. You know, mainly due to its dodge and HOTs, it can actually, handle itself well in some situations. But, it can't handle itself in all situations, like the monsters I mentioned before. So yeah, in terms of survivability, it could survive some situations, but not all situations. Alright, then let's move on to support and then final thoughts. Alright, then now that we're back. In terms of support, I mean, it could it can increase damage with Rune Cannon. It could apply a DL2. It could increase the opponent's haste and reduce their damage. So if it's, 4 and 5 or applying support. So yeah, that's pretty much all that it's offering in terms of support. So yeah, I would look for better options in terms of support. Alright then. The pros about HighSeasCommander is that, it's a good dodge soloer, easy to use, and the class is completely free. You just have to play it. Your account has to be just 10 years old. Yeah, that's pretty much all that I have for, HighSeasCommander. The cons about HighSeasCommander is that, you know, it can get clamped up by hard enough monsters. And it wants to be a dodge class, but it has a heal over time as well. And the DPS could be better. DPS is a bit lacking. So yeah. Before we get on to the final verdict, I just straight up believe that, they should really take the time and like buff the loyalty classes. Like, I'm not rich, so I don't have Grim Necromancer. And I'm never going to be a member, so yeah, the Skycharge Grenadier episode will never happen. So, yeah. For my final verdict, HighSeasCommander is a good dodge soloer. I recommend getting this class if you're looking for something new to use. Alright then, that's just my main want with HighSeasCommander. If it were to get buffed in the future, I would kind of want to make it a mini Yami no Ronin. Just make it based off of just a dodge class. You know, get rid of the healing. You know, increase the DPS of the class. Just a mini Yami no Ronin. That's kind of what I want from High Seas Commander, with like its burn over time and whatnot. That's kind of the changes I would add to High Seas Commander if it were to get changed in the future. Alright then guys, that's pretty much been it. What class you guys want to see me do next? You know, make sure to like, share, subscribe. And yeah, hi guys, out.